Warning, dear viewers. This video is rated R by me, the video's creator, with the latest 30, due to multiple uses of foul language. Viewer discretion is advised. How's it going, you strange beings of existence? Yeah, my brain failed in that moment. What's up? It's Willie Latest 30. I might be a little confused because this is not my normal video style. But I've done multiple takes for this and I'm starting to get frustrated, so I'm just going to do it like this. So, I went to Austin and, I have hair in my mouth. I went to Austin for Iron Maiden with my dad, and while we were there, we were kind of discussing, like, before the concert, should we go to Zilker Park or should we go somewhere else? I was like, it's a bit hot for Zilker Park. Like, it was September, but September is hot in Texas. You do not want to go outside until, like, late October. It fucking sucks. I will hear any you summer stands in the comments. You're fucking stupid. You are on fucking fire! Anyway, so we went to some retro game stores. I'm gonna take a drink. One drink later. And quite honestly, we got some games. We got Ridge Racer for PSP. Great game. Great. You need to pick that up for yourself. I swear to God. Test Drive 5 for PS1. It's an awful port of a PC game. Don't try it. And Smuggler's Run for PS2. Which, it kind of disappointed me. And I got 4 random ass PS2 games. So let's jump right into those. I ain't got that many witty quips. Witty quips come naturally, so I can't count them because they will be unexpected. More unexpected than... That is a weird joke that comes from... I'm gonna fucking delete that. Doesn't work in this video's context. Ah, shit. This Infinite Wonders. Endless possibilities. Please. Hello. Let's go. I have a headache. And that's when Willie Latest 30 knew. He had up. No idea what I'm talking about, because I was getting their flags to the score zone. Epic flag denied. Tag the survivors. Infect them fast. You infected VFN Sky. I crashed them, I bashed them. Because this truck does random crap like this. I require assistance. Did I stutter? Everyone get the hell out! You're king! Our first game is Super Trucks Racing for the PlayStation 2, which is pretty cheap if you want to get it for yourself. It's not the worst game in the world. I'm definitely going to consider playing it again. Now, if we just skip over here, Super Trucks, next to North American Super Trucks Racing, is a video game developed and published by Jester Interactive exclusively for PlayStation 2. All drivers and sponsor information are based on the 2001 season of Super Trucks Racing series. Quote, Wikipedia. So, quite obviously, it's a simulation game of some truck racing, semi-truck racing, which I had no idea was a real legitimate sport. And obviously there's some dumb things on the cover of this. Toka on steroids, the graphics are amazing. First of all, I don't even know what... I've never played a proper Toka game, I don't think. First Great Racer on the PS2. Obviously ignoring the existence of Ridge Racer V, Gran Turismo 3 before it. This came out in the same year as Wipeout Fusion. The graphics are incredible, which is... The graphics are not incredible. So yeah, it's a game that exists. I'll put it this way. It's not a bad game, but it's a very game. So, not much information. I'm not quite as thorough as other YouTubers that do this, like Sean Johnson, but I'm trying, and there's not much interesting about this game. It's just a nice little sports simulation game from 2002. It's also a blue disc, if you didn't know, which means it's a CD-ROM, unlike the more standard DVD-ROM. Upon booting up the game, I was met with a very interesting introduction sequence that was made mostly using actual TV clips of the Super Trucks Racing 2001 season. It's very interesting, it works, it's set to some rock music, and I'm going to show it to you right now. I damn well hope this isn't copyrighted. Jesus. Starting with some live action footage. What is it? I have no idea what circuit they're racing on. So, I love my live action footage of racing fans and racing trucks. But okay. So, we will be rating this game on several aspects, which I will reveal when we're done with the gameplay segment. Oh my god, it's on fucking fire! Also, I'm allowed to curse because this is a random tangent and not part of a series. It could become part of a series over time, but who knows, who cares. Barely instills any excitement.
Super trucks. Uber trucks.
Uber trucks.
Super trucks.
Uber truck. Oh boy. The next thing I discovered was that this game has a very atmospheric menu with techno music playing in the background, which works very well. So, here's some techno music. Alright, let's start off in our options. Yeah, sorry if the video audio quality sucks, but trust me, that's the good shit. So then I decided to mess with some of the settings. First, I mess with all this sort of random nonsense and trying to figure out what the hell was going on. Turns out you have water-cooled brakes that you have to turn on. Guess that might have contributed to my own success or failure. And then I made the mistake of trying to see what my truck setup was and realized how hardcore of a simulation this was trying to be, with wanting to adjust tire pressure, toe angle, steering lock, suspension, all that bullshit. And then I decided to try and bind my controls, so I used the triggers to brake and accelerate instead of using the face buttons, because no one likes using the face buttons to accelerate and brake. After that, I decided to get up to some single race shenanigans, and discovered the currently available garage as a starting player. Okay, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 1, 2. Okay, we're gonna go all the way back, and we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 trucks. Okay, so this game seems to have 14 cars. I'm gonna go for this boy. Handling. Let's go for race. Okay, tracks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Alright, so 15 tracks. Okay, so the question is, where do we want to go? Don't worry, I picked it pretty quickly. And then I arrived and was treated to an interesting display that showed the trucks of the grid sliding across the screen, which was oddly reminiscent of Wipeout for me. It very much has that same energy as Wipeout would. And now, let's examine the graphics and the camera angle that this game has to offer.
Oh my lord, the sense of speed is absolutely horrendously good.
I'm going on an adventure!
Oh my god, this feels good for a PS2 game. Like, ridiculously good. Problem is, I don't know how to fuck a truck drives, so... So it just keeps the same music in the background the entire time. That's a bit disappointing. They still get a great job with this shit, even if it's a bit slippy. Oh good lord, I am bad at this game. I don't think that's because I don't think I'm bad at this game because the controls are bad. I think they did a good job with this. I will say the volume between the sound effects and the music is a bit off. But I guess it makes sense when you only have one track in your entire soundtrack. Oh, fuck. I straight up... It's a well-made game, but I don't like it because of how realistic it is. It feels like driving an actual truck, and as you can see, I'm not cut out for truck driving. So now that we understand that I'm incapable of driving,
I decided to promptly take on the next available championship. Sorry about the change in mic quality, but I had to change equipment because my stuff ran out of battery.
no idea what the hell am I doing. So we're just gonna see what the bloody hell happens. I don't like that there's a... Oh, fuck. I don't like this game. I'm starting to think that it's straight up bad.
After proving for a second time that I couldn't drive, I decided to actually go to championship, because apparently I had actually been in arcade mode. Because I'm fucking stupid.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere with this damn game. I don't think trucks are meant to race in a place so narrow, though.
The quality of these fucking trees fucking infuriates me.
Okay, so the first thing I'd like to point out is the graphics are absolutely awful. It looks like shit. And if you're gonna say something like, oh, of course it looks like shit. So many games on the PS2 look a million times better than this. Ah, fuck. This game is no driveline. Do not look at me. So I think we're at Long Beach. It looks The layout definitely looks familiar. I don't know for sure where the hell we are. I'm fucking done with this game. This is awful.
And that concludes Super Trucks Racing. Did I enjoy it? Not at the time. But I will be giving it a shot again, because obviously I'm bad at driving a truck. I just need to practice that. And I have seen some YouTubers do better on it, so I'm willing to give it a try. And you'll probably see it on the channel again. The soundtrack is bearable. And yeah. The next game was Alfa Romeo Racing Italiano, which I'll tell you a bit about later. But first, you must enjoy one of the best racing game intro sequences I have ever seen in my life.
I've heard of that, but I don't know where. Oh. We're getting some of that Euro house up in here. Let's go! My good lord. This is showing some promise. Now this is what I call an intro sequence. Holy shit.
Alright, so what is Alfa Romeo Racing Italiano? Well, known in Europe as SCAR, Squadra Corsa Alfa Romeo, it's a racing game for the PlayStation 2, Windows, and Xbox, developed by Milestone SRL and released in 2005. Quote Wikipedia. So, quite obviously, this is a budget racing game with licensed Alfa Romeo cars. And you have the cover art, and obviously, I am just scrolling through whatever kind of information there is, released in 2005 and 2006. Apparently, what console it is depends on the region you were in. And so, there's a slight problem I'm having where the cropping means you can't see what was showing. But anyway, there were complaints about some car models basically being different versions of the same car models just to inflate the car count. And just going through the mechanics, you have a lot of random shit. I don't know. But basically, then there were complaints about there are plenty of unique ideas here, but none of them work as well as they could or should have. Even are just different versions of the same model, blah blah blah. So obviously this game, despite having a very nice intro sequence, was not well received upon launch. And that kind of sucks, because, you know what? This game looks like it was presented pretty good. But let's see how the game actually feels. Well, unfortunately, as soon as we create our profile, we're met with RPG elements, which are never a good sign in a racing game, especially a retro budget racing game.
Heart, vision, intimidation. What the fuck? Details. Oh no, it has it's a car PG. Oh fuck.
And soon it came to my attention that you customize your driver like in Forza Horizon 5. But much worse.
Oh, so I'm just naked because I haven't unlocked anything. What the bloody hell is this? Showroom.
So it turns out this is one of those games that starts you off with one very awful car, and you have to work your way up to the rest, which can work, but you'll see why it doesn't work very soon.
Also, my cat wants to mouse, so,
So then, after iMovie for iPhone had a stroke on me, I decided to go to Dynasty mode. Basically, this game is a parody of Gran Turismo mode in the Gran Turismo games, or simulation mode in the older games.
okay, I need to be higher level. I need to go on a tour then. Ah, rookie tour, let's go. Event 1.
So then I went to hell, and this is why I think this game's unlock system is absolute bad shit. So first of all, the camera angle is absolutely awful. You barely have any idea what's going on because your car has such a big forehead.
It looks pretty good, the graphics.
Yes, thank you, past me. But, as you will soon see, and as will soon be demonstrated,
There are some things I must take issue with.
first of all, I got absolutely yeeted.
First of all, I can't fucking see.
Yes. Also, there's no music to listen
Holy
to
shit, replay!
while you
Rewind.
accidentally rewind. So, you'll be quiet for the entirety of your time, not enjoying yourself at all. Thankfully, there's a handy top-down
Yeah,
camera
this
angle.
game, we're gonna have to play it like this.
Somewhat reminiscent of the older Need for Speed games, eh? And then there's the other problem.
My car wants to pull to one direction. I don't like that.
Handling
there's no
sucks
music.
ass. No, that's not a beat. That's your heart's beat. As you can see, the health system starts coming into play weirdly.
The lack of music is incredibly frustrating. This is so weird.
Then I proceeded to have
I
what I
just
can only
fucking
describe as
die.
some kind of aneurysm.
Yeah, fuck this game too. This is ridiculous.
Alfa Romeo Racing Italiano scared me off faster than every other game on this list. In fact, I believe it was less than 20 minutes that this game scared me off, and quite impressive. Do not play this game, and the handling model is awful. The RPG elements ruin it. Just avoid it at all costs. It's not worth your time. The next game on our list is Pro Race Driver, known as Toka Race Driver everywhere else in the world. Which I did not expect this to be a game in the Toka series because it has a very good reputation, and this game looks. Oh my boy. It's from 2002, and it was released first for PlayStation 2 and then ported to Xbox and PC in 2003. So, I'm just gonna scroll down, show you the cover art. This is the European cover art. This is not the cover art on the version that I have because I have the North American version where it's called Pro Race Driver. But yeah, I think it's close enough. So, it's made by Codemasters. And scroll down. Some very basic information here. And it has a lot of ratings, and to my surprise, it was reviewed very positively for the most part. Which, well, there's a certain reason that this surprised me. And I'll go through the reasons in just a second. Oh, but first you gotta experience this whack-ass intro movie. It's genuinely hilarious.
Genius. Genius at play. English? Yes, please.
Oh, it's been a tight race out there today, but out in front, in the lead, is as ever, Kyle, Motor City McKinney.
Yeah, John, that boy really belongs to the
Oh my god.
Certainly should. Look at car 57, British-born James Randall at 21 years of age. This rookie is ripping up.
Oh my god, the camera angles are so fucking bad.
Sure did. I think we're going to be hearing a lot more from this Randall guy.
Yeah, coming out of that final turn, Randall is really slugging it out for the number 2 spot.
NASCAR moments.
Iron today as McCain passes the finish line for another spectacular finish.
Hey!
Oh, they got the atmospheric music.
What the hell was that? I can't.
Is he okay? Can anyone down there hear us?
Oh my goodness!
Was that? That was the YouTube set. Oh my fucking god.
Can someone down there tell me what's going on? James Randall just blindsided McCann.
Oh, it's just unbelievable. And McCain's two sons, Donnie and Ryan.
I shouldn't be laughing at this.
What's going through their minds right now? This is just horrible. It's hard to know what to say.
What can you say?
I don't think racing will ever see us like again.
What the fuck just happened?
So who are you looking at for next season?
Oh, I know, Tony. I've seen a lot of good drivers, just
Not a lot of great ones, right? You know, you're the best damn crew chief in the game today. Something will come your way.
Ooja.
Would you look at that kid?
Ooh.
Looks just like his old man.
Ooh.
Tony McKay.
That's amazing. It's damn spooky. Yo, Donnie.
Yo,
You want to
Paul.
put Bobby over here in favor and race for him?
Push.
For a driver, Bobby?
Sure.
What about my kid brother?
Is he good?
Push.
He's my brother, ain't he? These guys are amazing. Now he's running around here looking for drivers.
I don't know what the fuck is going on. So after some time being confused by the menus, I went over and tried some free races and discovered the list of cars you got unlocked right away. But let's look at the races. It looks like you have a ton of tracks, but they seem to all possess a problem of they aren't actually really that unique or interesting. So every single track feels very industrial, it doesn't feel like it has any character to any single track. Anyway, so this is how suddenly it throws you into races. Oh no. This is buttery. Okay, first of all, I want to say that this looks great, because it does. It's a bit awkward, but it's buttery. So I like how it handles, but I do have some problems with it. It feels like you're using the D-pad and not the analog stick, even though you're almost certainly using the analog stick to steer. And it doesn't really feel like you need to brake, you just suddenly make these abrupt corners. Obviously I only played like 2 races of this game, so yeah.
But controlling, it feels very inconsistent. Well, it's not inconsistent, it just feels weird. Imagine if you had the handling from Need for Speed 3 and 4 for PlayStation 1, except you had absolutely overpowered steering and you never need to brake. That's what this feels like. Hey, there's a bit more weight to the handling for sure, but ultimately it feels exactly the same as those two games. Which, as something that's supposed to be a very sim-oriented title, it's not a good sign for it. Anyway, the next thing I tried to do was, well, the campaign. I mean, that's kind of what you're supposed to do whenever you load up a racing game. You load up your Gran Turismo 2, your Gran Turismo 4, you load up your Wipeout. Actually, Wipeout doesn't really technically have a campaign, but you load up your Need for Speed. You get what I'm saying, right? One of the first things you're supposed to do when you open up a new racing game is you go right to that campaign. And, well, this is what awaited me.
Ryan? Bobby Scott.
Heard you got a ride for me.
I got a test drive for you. If you want a ride, you're gonna have to earn it.
What, don't 5 years in open wheelers count for nothing?
Not when you're a test driver.
Sounds like you got a real handle on me, huh?
I keep an ear to the ground.
Who you been talking to?
Donnie,
My brother?
I'm not hiring you because of your brother. I'm giving you a shot because I hear you're good. Must be in the blood, eh? Now, drive.
These animations are awful. No idea what I'm doing. It's making this car suddenly accelerate. This is absolutely unbearable.
This image of Godzilla sitting depressed in a chair perfectly describes how that mission made me feel. It felt slow, and it definitely wasn't meant to be rebinded to the acceleration, and braking wasn't meant to be rebinded to the triggers. Now, obviously, if you play something like Gran Turismo 4, it plays better if you rebind it to the triggers, but this somehow plays worse. It has a similar problem to the problem Ridge Racer V has, in which amount of acceleration depends on how much input you put into whatever your button to accelerate is. And this is a problem because you will be really having to mash down on whatever that button is. And I've almost gotten cramps trying to do that in Ridge Racer V. It was easier to figure out in Ridge Racer V, but this is just kinda, yeah. I mean, I'll try it again on the channel if y'all really want me to, but I'm prioritizing other things about this. Anyway, audio proof that my house is haunted, and I don't think that was me breathing. Like, listen. Or, yeah.
We're completely fucked, we're completely fucked.
Hey, before we get into the last game, quick motion sickness warning because DT Racer has a really intense sense of speed. And finally, we have DT Racer, which supposedly stands for DJ Tiesto Racer. It's a racing game developed by South Korean studio Axis Entertainment, released exclusively on PlayStation and platforms by XS Games in 2005. The game was based heavily on the game Axel Impact, and which was only released in South Korea. Anyway, here's the cover art, which clearly uses a copyright Ferrari. And the Wikipedia has almost no information on this game, because it's just that obscure. Anyway, here it is.
Okay, there we go. Fuck, something happened. Ah, boy. Axis. What is happening with the screen? Axis. Who is this woman? What neighborhood do you live in where a McLaren F1 or whatever the fuck that is just randomly pulls up? Also, these streets are way too narrow to race on. I don't know what the hell you think you're doing. Is this one of these games that thinks it needs a skinny woman to sell itself? Are we in Denver? I'm skipping this. This is awful music. iToy. Oh, the fucking PS2 iToy. I forgot that was a thing.
Apparently, this game has profile pictures. It allows you to pick yours from something from the PS2 iToy, which I guess is like Bootleg Connect. Anyway, so upon going to do an arcade race to get a feel for the game, we are met with these cars, which are bootleg versions of real cars. They're not licensed, but they look very much like the licensed cars, alarmingly so. I'm surprised they didn't get taken down by whoever's in charge of copyrights. Anyway, you have Pixie, Rex, can't read that, I guess Furians, and James. Not James, James. Now this game seems like it's doing pretty good. It's hitting all the marks.
Is that DJ Tiesto up in here?
Yes, it is. But is it good at handling? Because some games certainly aren't. Let's test it out.
We may have our first winner here, boys. The first game. Holy shit, the sense of speed! What the fuck is this? Oh my god! Sense of speed camera angle is so ridiculous that I'm actually not sure if it's really good for me to be playing from sitting all the way over here. My fucking god, I like this.
but there was a glaring issue with handling. And, as you can see, braking seemed to be very awkward. So I restarted to see if I could get a better grip on how to drive.
The lighting effects are definitely some of the best on the PS2, I think. I will complain that it's a tad drifty though. So I'll just play long enough to get gameplay footage, I think, and then play casually to see what I think about it after getting close enough to actually see what the fuck I'm doing.
Next stop was Tokyo, I believe, where I realized that I couldn't fucking see.
I rather admittedly have no idea what the fuck I'm doing.
It seems I had an issue with the handling model, fucking me over multiple times. And that was starting to become infuriating, as you can probably imagine. So I kept trying, and kept failing. And also, struggled to find how the fuck did I boost, because other cars were definitely using some sort of boost mechanic. Oh my god. I want to like this game, but the handling model is so fucking bad! Thankfully, it wasn't nearly as catastrophic on the oval circuit.
Okay, it feels good on this oval, I will say.
that crash was my own fault. Anyway, here's Bootleg Monaco, which is called something else entirely, despite obviously being Monaco.
I think I just blocked everyone by being a bad driver. Oh my god, what? These are not normal racing game events? I don't know how to break it to you. I have to commend that they tried, just like with Super Truck Racing. But it feels so fucking awful. I want to like this game because it has a booming trance soundtrack and really cool fancy cars that don't exist in real life. But it's just so bad. The handling model. Nothing about this else about this game is bad. The handling model just ruins it. Which sucks, because otherwise this is a very good game. Look at that. What kind of fucking car handles like that in real life? Look how drifty it is. It's like there's no traction at all. Which is dumb because people like traction.
This game, it's beautiful. But the problem is, it lacks... Well, it doesn't lack substance, but it lacks way the substance needs to be delivered. And the campaign, which I did off camera, was good. But the problem is, this game, the handling model ruined everything. And this is the importance of a good handling model. If this game had a good handling model, then it would be one of the best races on the PS2. In fact, I'd love to see some modders try and fix the handling model. Anyway, that's all for this video. Those are the 4 random PS2 games. And I probably won't upload in a while because I gotta go to Formula 1 soon. But anyway, hope you've enjoyed, guys. And I'll see you in the next video. So, goodbye!
But my handbrakes are awful too. What the fuck?